And it seems that they live to fight another day with a hold coming down on C. The aggressive push comes down from
30 seconds
Sova,
left.
but he's managed to
Player
take him
standing.
down. The aggressive pick from Boom OP takes
One
down
enemy
Lost. The
remaining.
second pick from Boom OP
Spike
with
down,
the
C.
2T4s takes down. The last kill is not gonna be in his favor as Trist will take him down for taking the series to a 2-3. Trist being the clutcher for his team, taking rounds one after the other. The attackers should really be thankful to him for the gameplay.
A gift.
I have to say this is going to be far more interesting than I thought, with some very conservative plays from both the sides here.
We are seeing another push on mid from Trist, who seems to have got a hand on the locking idea. The wall coming really early, much earlier dodging the ult like a fucking pro, and the really aggressive pushes down on side. It seems like they might have got the idea of the strategies that team Bostir Chelez are using to hold the ground. The peak on Jed by Sova is going to end in Sova's favor, as there's a really aggressive peak from Obedarasu who on Pukai, who is taken down really immediately. The dash takes a peek on him, and a second peak from him. The wall bank comes in time, but it's not going to be in time. The third peak comes in time.
Concentrate, Sova.
The timing is just perfect for Macho Lele with the ulti, and she just gets around for his team. It seems like we might be heading to a very strong start for PakStani aimers, who have shown their dominance on Haven earlier today. We are seeing a bit of a technical issues on the streaming side. We're sorry for the disruptions, guys.
Deploying drone.
The streams will be back up in a bit as we continue on our 7th round.
The ultimate comes down, which seems like a bit of an overcommitment, but it still is in time. The tree's taking down Hakai for the back. They are still not aware of the chamber, staying mid to help his team get some ground there. It's the entire the team Bostir Chelez. They are going to go in with the aggressive push from Daz, who's gonna take down Macho Lele, and IQ with the man of the round. Takes down 2 kills. Lost taking down Decimation to finish the round in the favor of PakStani aimers. They have the real advantage of 3 rounds, but it's a buy round for the team Bostir Chelez, and they might just try to see if they can win this out.
Right there. Right there.
We are seeing a stack on A this time, but it's a bit difficult to predict where the Chima might be playing, who seems to be playing with the at the spread out angles. They are really focusing on the hold on A, causing some distractions there, and then rotating to C. They are the drone comes in really early, and the dash comes in from Jet, forcing the peak from Lost. The aftershock takes down Hakai, but Boom OP is there to trade 2 players. He's taken down by Trist, and the other players get an opportunity to come into sight. But it's not gonna be in time, as the players have rotated out of there. It's seen the really aggressive teleport from Pukai, and it's not gonna be enough. It might be a timing moment for Pukai as Trist takes him down. Another one lucky peek on him from at the back of B, and it seems like it might be Sova's game right now. That's a really aggressive peek on Macholele. Macholele is checking down destination, is immediately refragged by Triss, who is on his third kill for the round. Daz has to try and get this game for his teammates. They're really in need of a round right now. Now, jump onto logs, makes Jade vulnerable for a while. Triss takes advantage of that and takes down Daz, putting the 6 point on the board for PakStani aimers.
Bostir Chelez seem to be in a dire condition with a constant 6 rounds on the favor of the attackers here.
A chamber is top fragging. We have not seen that during the tournament, or have we?
Oh, that has been the name of the game throughout.
Chamber top fragging, guys. There you have it. We are seeing a really aggressive push from Daz on mid. Will it be enough? That gives Jazz the opportunity to get the empty flank on Chamber, who's taken down really quickly. The Macholele is taken away. Boom OP. Orbitros is there to pick out Daz for keeping the gun in place. But Decimation will take him down. The aggression rewarding them handsomely as they put the third round on the board for defenders. They are going in. They understand that the raw aggression can cut down their attackers. They are going to go all in with that. Daz reliving the man of the round. He goes in through mid, takes down Chamber, and forces Obitarasu out into a place where he can be easily killed by Decimation.
The jump onto the C cubby did mean the end for their duelist.
We are seeing a really good positioning from Hakai, who's trying to push down C long, and the aggressive push down on B. The peak line, your Decimation is taken down by Daz immediately, who's peeked out by Macholele. The Omen Pukai comes in at the right time, takes out Lost. There's a lot of utility being lost with the breach going down. Sova is stuck there on the side on his own, being dependent on Obitarasu for the smokes. The drone comes in to force out Hakai from his position. The sound comes in, the bang comes in, and it seems like the Pukai getting the frag on Macholele with the immediate instant peek down on B. And see, with the bomb being dropped on back of B, Triss might go for a B plant with no one focusing on B. They're looking for a rotate onto C or A. They might just get frag onto. Triss is aware of a peek from Reyna. And
Astra getting spotted out. I don't know if Chamber has spotted them. Chamber taking from behind as Astra follows up with the trade, but Reyna finishes it off.
It's going to be another round for the defenders.
2 back-to-back to maintain a very commanding back and forth between the attackers and defenders. Another round goes to Bostir Chelez.
I must say it is not looking particularly good for the attackers. The defenders are fighting much harder. They are being unbeatable on this on this turf. They want this round to go in, this game to go in their favor. They want this map.
Get out of my way!
Obitarasu is saying back to expecting a push from the defenders on mid. But traps. Chamber trap is down on mid. I see they might expect Obitarasu. And they have seen Obitarasu there. It boom up with taking him down really early. Daz going for the kill on Macholele. And it seems like the attackers are stuck down on side. Triss trying to get kills. Oh, and he gets the kill. Hakai lost taking a kill on Decimation and taking the guns really early. And the third kill for Triss. And he's tries to take the kill. He might just go for the 2d4 just to force the Chamber out. He's not gonna be enough. The peak, Boomo peak takes Triss down. Wins the 5th round for the defenders.
Last round in the half.
It seems like the defenders and attackers are really a bit low on economy, but with the loss bonus really kicking in, they have got some mind to work with. It's either guns or utilities. They can't afford to buy both.
A gift. Also,
The loss of the Astra Star is really hitting Omidra so hard as he cannot spread out his
You want
stars
to play?
and take them
Let's
back really
play.
early and get it out. The stars go down on A as they're going down really early. The priest stun goes down. And stun helps Ironku takes down Dash there on shot, and the entire squad goes into A with little hopes of of a retake coming down that early. The 2d4 misses. I'm not aware of what Boomapi was trying to do down there, are you?
That was very hard to have gotten the kill onto the planter. Because his teammates were right there watching.
I would rather not pick with a 2d4 in action, man. And with despite that, Trish is very low on his ability. The peak comes down, 2d4 comes down in full force, gets the headshot on Bukai, finishes the round in favor of the
Switching
attackers.
sides.
Despite being the map pick for the PakStani aimers, it seems that Team Bostir are putting up a decent fight. They realize that the raw aggression and the backstabs are gonna come handy for shutting down the chamber on mid, and it has paid them dividends. They have managed to get 3 rounds back to back after their initial stint of 2 rounds.
It was a great half to watch considering the map pick of the defenders right now. They have really been put up with a great fight.
We have seen a really dominating performance so far for the Team PakStani aimers, and it's up to them to keep it going. I think that the game is gonna plan out in a bit slower moment as IronQ goes in a bit aggressive fashion out on long, tries to get some information, tries to get some peaks down there from CT. Decimation holding the angle there passively. Well, he's not gonna peek, not gonna give him the pleasure. And they are gonna back off. Hakai being damaged really badly.
Boom, OP here onto Garage. He has spotted, lost. But gets
And
traded down by his counterpart.
Trish feeling really aggressive with his peaks. Getting down Boom OP might just be a bummer.
Jet's being spotted here, provided with the backup, but gets taken down by Sova here.
Naturally getting 2 kills back to back. He is going to go for them. Hold shot for his teammates as Breach tries to get some information for them as they are. As the attackers are stuck down there on outside A, the second flash comes down from Lost. The jumping
30 seconds
spots down the 2 players there on A main. They're forced to back up, and as the smoke comes in from Astra, and with Sova watching the backstabs there, it seems like they are expecting a backstab right now with the backstab since play right now. They are down on only 10 seconds on the map. Bukai gets second now in the really low time on the map. The peak down on Lost, and Decimation gets taken down, finishing the round in the favor of the defenders. Team PakStani aimers know what they have going. They have a dominance on this map. They are going to get it. And I must say, a pretty dominating performance by Trist so far.
Trist has been performing out of the world here with 20 frags, while his teammates are still on the single digits.
We are seeing some decent entries from IronQ, who is not gonna play Neon this time, who opts for a more serious meta peak of Jet. And the stun comes in on short, who's not gonna be of any use for Lost, as the team for the attackers has fallen back. It seems like they might just force their way in A after all.
Sova here spotting out his counterpart on A long,
while
Chamber is getting in a fight on C long. The spread out fights are really being interesting. Reyna now approaching from short, checking out all the top corners. Jet getting an insane peak.
And it seems like with all the attackers shut down on A, they have a clear ground to push backstab and take down the remaining attackers. Omen holding angles there, but he's really out of his league there with only a classic for accompanying him. Chamber spots him out in garage, and it's not gonna be. The right click comes in really heavy. The trade comes out from
Mid.
Boom OP, and he's only one left.
30
He
seconds
needs
left.
to get the plan down on ASAP if they want to have a bye next round.
The defenders expecting an A push are ready. As the plant goes down, we see a breach. An Astra utility coming in, clutching out the round for the defenders. 5-9 on the board.
Lost being the utility guy for the team, stunning, flashing, killing people.
Breach has been providing some really nice assists, as has the Jet, which is surprising to see considering Trist has been the one finishing everybody off.
He is the one getting the. He has no. We are not gonna lie. We are very pleased with the clutches that Trist has put up. 1v3s, 1v2s, 1v1s. He has been pretty consistent with them, and he is your go-to kill for that. Puka takes the Obetross in a spectacular fashion at the beginning of the round. The peak from
Spike down, mid.
and you take some decimation, but it won't be enough as Jazz and Pukai will take down even lost
remaining.
with all the Trist is taken down by Jazz really prominently. As Bachonelle is stuck down there and ailing, they're not aware of his position. Jet is watching down there, watching the spot there, as the attackers really need a round to get things going. The peak fails. The whiff from Jet is going to get the round. Bachonelle the kill.
It was
And
unfortunate to see Jet run out of bullets, as she already had committed to the spray. But Sova finishing it off.
Sova being stuck there between two players. He knows he has no other option, chooses to die fighting, and if we live to see another day. It's 6-9, the funny number, yeah.
Yeah, the
That's what
fine
she
number.
said.
You love to see it, guys. You love to see these rounds.
Yeah, you know you all love to say it, right?
Pause time
And
has been set to on. I think we're gonna be taking a tactical timeout from Team Bostir Chelez here. I must say that a tactical timeout might be... Oh, an AFK. A tactical timeout or an AFK, whatever, the timeout could mean a lot to them, considering they're 3 rounds down. With all the ability in the world to get them 3 more and equalize, this could be a very close and equalized match going into overtime, providing us some amazing entertainment.
We are seeing a very dominating performance by Team PakStani Aimers, who's been shutting down Team Bostir Chelez with the utility. You have seen some really good Astra pulls coming in. We have seen some really aggressive breach utility stuns flashes come in to secure the rounds, and the fault lines really being very effective for shutting them. The multitude of duelists on the side of the attackers.
Pause match timer is off as we proceed into our 16th round.
We are gonna see smoke down on the garage early, and it seems that they are going to be contesting garage for pushing the chamber out and disabling his traps really early into the round. But Trist is not gonna give them that favor. The trap gets taken down in garage, and they are going to fall off. It seems like Trist and Obitarasu are going to be holding C. They know that there might be players down on garage thanks to the trap of chamber being taken down. Of the smoke, the bait out from. The attackers, they might have forced down the last utility the chamber might have. It seems like he's only down to his headhunter to pull things off.
Astra with a quick rotate here will probably go up to heaven as she edges out the recon.
There, There's a
30 seconds.
Sova
left.
trying to narrowly escape his counterpart Salto over here.
Plant the spike.
As we see Astra trying to fall to the plant here.
the recon dart revealing the location of all the players. Jet being forced to dash out there. Boom with a very dominant shot there, taking out Obitarasu. Decimation having a crossfire with his counterpart Boom OP so that he can take out the shock that comes in to destroy the drone coming in. Tons flashes come in. There's a multitude of players forcing their way in. Trist checks out Decimation really aggressively. The peak comes in from Boom OP, but Lost is gonna trade out Boom OP. Lost takes on Fukai. Dash takes on Trist. It's down to a 1-1 situation down there with Dash and Trist trying to see where they are. But there's not gonna be enough time for a defuse. Dash knows that. The peak comes in from Lost, but it's not gonna be enough time for the defuse coming in. Despite the kill, it's not gonna be a round in their favor.
That
The
Omen
defenders-
Smoke playing clutch for Jet as she gets to hide safely while Trist is having to find out where Jet is, losing out the timer and the round.
The guy in the black cloak does it for you yet again. He hides in the shadows and makes you hide in the shadows as well.
That's a very helpful character. Just imagine getting to hide in the shadows of your friends and surviving.
You want to play? Let's
The,
play.
the really aggressive peak from Trist is not gonna pay off in their favor, but they have some information about what's going down on mid window. It seems like they might opt for some fault lines for Jet to actually use a cloudburst and go in, but it seems like they are opting for a rotate to C, anticipating a rotate to C with Reina taking down some fire there and forcing out some utility as Obitros anticipates a rotate to A. Astra now is going, and the chamber being spotted on A. It seems like the smokes will come in on A to force the attackers to rotate to B, which is exactly what they want, with Lost holding down the angles there with all the utility that you can possibly imagine.
Chamber spotting his counterpart on Heaven as we see Jet dashing in. And it's a miss of blades as Daz comes out on top. And is just lost with a single sheriff.
Spike planted.
In a 1v4 2 players, both the duelists are extremely low. We have to see if Lost can get in 2 more rounds into the heads.
Dusted.
That patience pays off for Lost. He takes down Daz, but it won't be enough to take down Hakai, who is going to take the round in the favor for the attackers. Team PakStani aimers need some new ideas. They are Lost and Trist have put on a pretty dominant performance with some decent utility coming down from Obitarasu, but the predictions for the rotations are pulling them off. You might seem like an overload of information for the defender side.
As we love to see, both the chambers are right on the top of the tables for their teams here, providing them with some very important frags over here.
It seems like they are opting for a very aggressive peak on mid. The trap goes down really early. The Omen Pano takes down. The Lear goes down from Reina. The chamber falls down really ugly. Obitros with a spectacular fashion. Trist taking down 2 players. Daz and Hakai with being a really decisive performance right now.
C.
And the 4th kill to finish off the round. Trist being the man of the round yet again. Takes down 4 people. Wins the round for Team PakStani aimers.
Their quick approach onto C over here did not pay well, as Trist got to lock them down so easily.
That's a good spot.
Going 8-10 for the favor of PakStani aimers.
We are seeing some aggressive Astra utility on C to hold it out, as we have been seeing some aggressive utility peaks with Garage being continuously compromised by the attacking team, who prefer to take down the chamber utility there and back up. The peak goes on from Trist, but it won't be enough to kill them. They don't know that Reina is there, but Hakai ducks down, kills Trist. Boom OP will take down Iron Q. Obitros takes down Hakai down there. He knows that the Omen is down in Garage. Yeah,
Lost getting an important kill on Boom OP here. Did not expect another long push chamber. now dead.
It seems like Obelterasu might just be outflanked by Pukai. If he's the trap with Boomopi dying, the traps are disabled. It seems like it's anyone's case as to
In
what.
attacker's spawn now, he has no idea where the defenders are. Where the attackers are, I'm sorry.
Spike planted.
The plant goes down on C, which is a really good one. Takes a lot of time for the defenders to rotate. The breach being taken down early. One just being
Player standing.
you see a dominating blow up, aiming from Lost, who's gonna take him down. Daz will pick that angle dominantly, but Lost will pick it out. The RGX Vandal becoming useful again. Lost getting the kill, win the round for his team as the as team Bostir Chelez are unable to capitalize on the early round wins.
I have to say that was an unfortunate spray commitment by the Omen in front of the breach as he gets taken down.
That's actually extremely true, right
Does
there.
anyone have funds?
It seems like we are seeing some like really, despite the like dominating performance earlier in the round with two useful frags being taken, trees being taken down, and as well as the frag, the flag by Boom Up, it's not going to be just enough to finish it off.
Right here.
The alt coming down from breach who expects a hold outside A. It might just be the time to bring out the rolling thunder and
All set up.
go for it. But it seems like he's not gonna overcome a utility here. He knows that there's a trap there, and he's waiting for the rotate from the team. Daz is gonna take down INQ, and
Spike planted.
they are stuck down on C side with it's a 5v2 situation down here. Haka taking the Macho Lele on B, and it's left with a 1v5 situation down here. Breach, he has to save his gun for the next round.
It's gonna be really hard with Sova and Reyna coming on his doorstep here.
With Omen accompanying them, supporting them from heaven, it's gonna be a difficult one for them. The fault lines come in, and it's not gonna be just enough for stunning Reyna, who's gonna go again all out. The peak coming down from both of them. Pukai Hakai, they get taken down by Lost in spectacular fashion. The flash comes on. The peak comes on from on Daz, and the aim adjustment really spectacular as Daz is taken down. So
He
the
manages to
round-
save while he takes down 3 of the attackers. That was
manages
a
to-
brilliant way to save his gun, I see.
Lost pulling up some effort for saving his team as we go down to a 9-11 scoreline.
I mean, we did make a joke about the 6-9 scoreline. I don't know if we should about the 9-11. I mean, considering the
It's a bit
situation.
difficult. It's a bit difficult.
It's a bit
to do that.
difficult, yeah. We see a peek on C long as our
We see some-
chamber Trist has his ult. That was an
see-
unfortunate recon dart.
Destroyed.
And he still gets spotted out.
The Sova ult comes in, the recon dart coming in handy, Dash coming in really again. The rolling thunder kicks in. And the 2D force is gonna disable Jet out there. Daz, he's taken down. And Boop is forced to fall back and live to fight another day. Obelterasu missing the shots for Decimator and is forced to fall back. They know he's trapped down in Kirby. The peak down there from both Decimator and Pukai. But they get both taken down. Boop taking a convincing lead down there, taking down both INQ and Obelterasu down there. The peak from Momop is going to take down Tris.
All dead.
And he's up with the Tris. Taking down Tris, he has his own 2D force with full HP. He is going to take down the guns. The shock dart from Natural Lele is going to take the round.
Lost with his
And-
incredible timing on the breach utilities is proving to be a valuable asset for his team as they take it down to 9-12 match point.
Tristan Lost, a dynamic duo you need on Team PakStani aimers with
That's a good spot. I have the spike.
We are seeing a really early push on C. The Tris angle on C, on the box on C gets him three kills on Daz. And the third kill on Decimation. Puka takes an Oblitos in spectacular fashion. And he misses the shots, takes on the fourth kill. He's going for the ace. He knows where his counterpart is. He's hungry for the kills. Lost trying to help him out with
Trist might just get this. But no, the timing. Timing might play a part here. As we see Boomopi having no idea that IronQ was holding with the op. 9-13 for the PakStani aimers.
That's a really dominating performance from both teams. GGWP. What happened?
Val 5. My Val 5, please inform them. Inform.
I've informed them. It seems like
It started.
nah, it didn't start. It's not going to start without you. We are waiting for you.
Okay. I'm just turning on Valorant. All the unfortunate events happening on the grand finals is just heartbreaking to see from my end. As the stream is still live, thankfully, and so are we.
We are still hanging in the balance. just waiting for the technical issues to be fixed.
Invite.
Just going to invite. Okay, I got a invite. Okay. We're gonna go live with Split this time, which is not a very pretty side. We know that this is the peak for team Bostir Chelez. They have a very dominating performance here. It is
Okay, this was interesting to see. Lost insta-locking Cypher over here and Obithon Astra once again. The Cypher.
I mean,
after a long time.
you'd rather have some utility with the form of breach than this. Macho they going with the Sage, which is not a weird side for blocking down mid, which is also going to be seen on the side of both Decimation for
Hakai and
forcing
Boomopi
down
on their staple operators here. Reina and Chamber.
IronQ and Obiter also still playing their default operators, Astra and Jet respectively. The surprise pick was definitely from Lost and Marshall Lele, and it remains to be seen what Trist is gonna play with. We're still
Taz and
down on
Pokai
Steam.
still no clue of
We
what?
might be having some more technical issues down here before we start. With Daz having some technical problems.
a disconnection. The Valve 5 coming into play once again. It is so unfortunate. We will be back with the game in a few minutes as our players are gonna restart their game.
As we are waiting in lobby, just predicting their lineups, which is going to be a peculiar one but we have seen some Cypher plays really here. Cypher holding down B side alone, A side alone for them, while the team rotates to B. That's we have seen these plays. Cypher's a lot of lineups here. If you can go for those one ways and those traps, and it seems like the team PakStani Aimers is gonna go for that. We might just see a similar lineup here with the third time that we are going into the map. Rito, please fix.
Rito needs to have some really nice fixes for these small issues that are bugging all the players and us casters.
We are seeing a double duelist setup from Team PakStani Aimers, which is not unexpected for this map. They are Tristan and Q. Go ahead, get into side, clear some space for their team, and take down their opponents. It seems that Lost might just be going for the Cypher 8 again. Now we are seeing a Sage down from both teams with Decimation and Nacho Lele, and Boom OP trying to go with Chamber for holding down sides. Without a proper sentinel, it will be difficult for Team PakStani Aimers to keep a hold on their sides. Cyphers tools do not have an area of effect, which is might just be the thing that Team Bostir Chelez needs to dodge it or destroy it. It seems like we are seeing Bostir Chelez with unusual lineup here with the exception of the Reina. But we have seen a pretty dominating performance from them with the same, almost a similar lineup in a previous split match. And it seems like they only want to go forward with a similar lineup because it's tried and tested to be working. It's their map pick after all, and they are going to take it out. They are going to win. Because they need to take this map if they want the map game to go on to a third map.
We did see a role swap from Daz and Puka here with the change of controllers and duelists, as Daz is now controlling the side A, while we see Chamber and Jet ready to push.
We have seen a very dominating performance from Boom OP so far. I am gonna say I am expecting more from him in the rounds to come. Chamber actually might just be better in this map, but the camera from Lost is in time. It's not gonna be in time to get the peak out, as a peak there might just be too hazardous to take it out.
The mid control instantly from the attackers, as there's no one but Sage on B Heaven.
The cage goes down, and the Cypher and the triple kill from Hakai on mid with the bomb going down there.
They did not expect a push from B main, as Reina is now trying to get another kill on the board with Cypher. No location on B, and he does. Reina with the 4K first round. What an amazing push from B main. The attackers were not expecting this.
The attackers did not expect them to put up to be countered in such a manner. They were shut down in the middle of the push. Hakai coming in, countering the push, taking them heads, taking them one after the other. You have it, folks. A quick.
We did see Team Bostir Chelez playing this map once again, and we know the aggression that they can put out over here. Maybe that can come into play here, as we see all the attackers rounding up on Heaven. Jet with a shotty in hand. There are no.
We might just. The
Boom
teleport
OP.
comes in as the Oblitos is taken out. Daz being the man around, taking the trees and Machadele. Pukai coming in handy, taking down the IQ, and Lost is the only one trapped there. They're not gonna overcome it with the Brim Smoke going down, which has a huge duration of says 12, like 19 seconds, I guess. It's still a lot of time to hold out.
You see, putting a duelist on controller still benefits you with all the fragging capabilities, as Daz over here with a very nice 3k to close out the aggressive attack on A over here.
We might just see Team PakStani aimers try for another round on mid or B, because it seems like that strategy might just be working for them, as the instant say utility on mid is actually working in their favor. Decimation knows that very heavily, and he might just go for a slow up down there. The peak down there. The race creates some space for her teammate, forcing Sage to back up. Naturally takes an aggressive peek on Boomopi, killing the backstab. You should watch your flanks, boys, always.
We might see a heaven fight between Sage and Raze here.
The peek from Trish takes down Decimation, but Daz is going to refrag him and take the Vandal. That's a really good loss for them. It seems like the 3v4 might just be acting in the favor of Team PakStani aimers. The trees just got their attention for A, but B, it seems that Brim is aware of a push into B side, but as B heaven is heavily contested by Team PakStani aimers.
Reyna at the back of site gets taken down by IonQ.
Without the Brim, without the steam beacon, Brim with the steam is a bit difficult to take down. The peak from Dash takes down Obitarasu, and it seems like the team is and the dominating kill from Dash on Lost, but IonQ is gonna finish him off as he's very low. Gets the round for the attackers and puts the first round on the board for Team PakStani aimers.
Lost and Obito still trying to make their way up the boards with still 0 frags, while Decimation is doing the same on his team. We're seeing a great performance from Daz over here, who's trying really hard, but the last round, unfortunately,
Let's go.
going to the attackers.
We are seeing some real plays down here, boys, and we are seeing some space creation by your teammates. We are seeing some players watching backstab. Another aggressive push being punished heavily. Obitros is there to flag it out. Hakai being taken down really early into the round. There's still half a minute left, and it seems like Astra might. It seems like Pukai might just be opting to play from back of site with the nades and boom bots and everything. So Sage goes on immediately. The PF Lost takes a peek on Boomopi, but Pukai would get a nade in and on Lost, kills him down. The third peek on Masolele, but Trish is going to be there to pick the frag, and it's down to a 1v2 situation down there. Obito will try and hide out on the back of side, and Tristis gets spotted out by Daz there. He knows what is going to happen.
Spike planted.
And Tristis is not going to uncrouch and peek. The peek from Obitarasu coming in from the back of B over the smoke kills Daz, gets the second round for the attackers. They are doing it, boys. They are can they actually win this series 2-0?
Got enough time to go into the Astral Form?
I have to say, Raze over there really, after spotting Brim, was totally committed to the crouch, because he knew the moment he uncrouches he's gonna die.
The lack of a rotate from Daz might just have cost Pukai his round, as he manages to hold out just long enough, but just not long enough for Daz to get into sight. The lack of rotation might just cost them very heavily. The utility comes in as two players go into heaven. Daz playing very heavily there. Pukai's nade takes on Obitarasu, and it seems like it's down to a 1v3, which is going to be taken shut down swiftly by IonQ as we go into the 6th round with another point in favor of Team PakStani aimers.
I have to say, this is looking like a recap of the last match, as after the first 2 initial rounds going to the Bostir Chelez, the PakStani aimers are getting 3 rounds back to back with no hindrances. Will it be a recap of the whole scoreline is my question.
we just need team Bostir Chelez to get some new inspiration. They need some new ideas about. I am not aware of what's going on for Team PakStani outside. Why are they making so much noise? Which so sound is a big thing in Valorant, and giving that much information might be a thing. I think it might be just for a fake, as Bream smokes in mid.
You are divided.
The uh, uh, the the fake from Raze is going to work really in favor. Boom up is being taken down by Loss. The ult comes down by Loss, and it's going to be favor. Always walk with the guns in your hands, boys. Decimation is taken down by Anki because of a foolish mistake of taking the knife in his hand. The flash comes in from the high, but Anki's gonna force back into the Astro Smoke right there. The peak comes in, but it's not gonna be enough as that comes from Anki. And Lost their take down both Daz and Puka in a spectacular fashion.
The post-plant situation here from Cypher and Sage, providing such an interesting place to retake. The defenders had no reply.
The fourth round on the board for Team PakStani aimers. Is it really going to be a recap of the last map? Is it going to be a 2-0 series?
It could very well be, following the same pattern as we had seen in the first map in Split, in Heaven.
The lack of players on B is slightly concerning. I think it's totally right for them to push B, as there's no utility down on B. The smoke going down really early might just be an insecurity smoke, as the majority of the team is going to go push into B. The second ult showstopper comes in, and it's going to go really heavily on Daz. The second kill on Ark by INQ. 3 takes down INQ which is a bit of a weird thing to do, but Lost goes on Heaven, takes on Puka, spectacular fashion. The 2D falls,
Spike planted.
fails the takedown. Cypher there on Heaven might just not be enough. They really need to make their presence known.
Last player standing.
The whiff by Boom Up is not gonna be in the favor of Team Bostir Chelez, as Lost is making his way slowly back towards. Tricking them one at a time. Could have opted to save. They gets the baited out by those lost activities, or should I? And it seems like Obiturasu might just be there for him. Trade it out.
1 second,
Another
please.
round on
I
the
gotta
board
visit the Astro to
for
play
Team
some
PakStani
stars.
gamers. It seems like it might just be game. They are really down on money, being heavily dependent on the rounds. The money being given out with the lost bonuses kicking in. The aggressive pick from Boop is not gonna be in their favor, as he's forced to fall back without getting any single peak. But he's gonna take down Trist with Boop, but Anku takes him down on Heaven.
You will
And
not
he's
kill
going
my ally.
the rev on Heaven might just be the lack of play. The rev coming in might just be a bit too much. Dash coming in on ramp. The sound comes in, gives Trist the opportunity to retaliate. The showstopper comes in, doesn't manage to take anyone.
Player standing.
But a very dominating performance by them, with Lost being stuck on mid, will opt to save his gun in sewers, as the entire team of Bostir Chelez is on site. He's just waiting for a peak, someone to fall in his trap and get the sorry folks, which is not gonna be something that Team Bostir Chelez is gonna do right now. They cannot afford to lose a single round. There's a third round on the board for them, with a match going on to the 9th round. We did see a pretty decent play from a pretty decent hold from Cypher down there on mid, but that might not be enough, as the team gets wiped out on A, despite the rev being coming out early on Trist by Macholele. The aggressive peak by Daz is not gonna pay dividends, as Obiturasu is gonna be holding the angle. passively, just waiting for anyone to overcommit there and force his utility out, take them down, and the peak goes down on mids. It's not gonna be enough, and don't forget me for that. Anyways, we are seeing a really aggressive play on mid. A bit of exchanges going down for Team PakStani. As the loss of their Cypher might just be it. He had an ultimate which would have saved him the round. The third round in the board for Hakai. And he is gonna go all out, take the stage out, and secure the fourth kill. But it might not be enough. Macho Lele is gonna be enough. He's going to take down Hakai in a spectacular fashion. The peak comes down from both Boom and Daz is gonna get the kill, taking the series to a 4-5.
All set up.
We might need some.
That's a good spot.
The overcommitment by Sage on mid might have cost him the round with Reina dying as well. But it seems like Team Bostir Chelez actually has gotten a few ideas on how to play a few rounds. Take out a dominating performance. The 5 rounds in the favor of the attackers might just be enough to just close out the game on the defender side. Split is a very defender focused map, and 5 rounds
seeing
attacking.
Jet creeping up here with the op. He needs to pre-fire. The area that Brim is holding in is a pretty common spot, but would be very terrible if he loses the op this way. He does get the sound with Sage in his backup. There's just Obito on A,
That back.
trying to hold here.
Obito trying to hold that line for his body and for the rotation of the entire team, and Hakai will opt to fall back from vents and go to help Sage, but while the rest of the team goes into B. It seems like Obito is waiting to kill any rotating players. The peak comes in from IronQ, and Daz is down on side. The loss of the controller is going to cost them heavily. The nade comes in from but it's not gonna be enough to prevent them from going down. The ult goes
30
down.
seconds
Puka
left.
kills, takes a kill on trees.
Spike planted.
And but the plant is still gonna go down on the B side as Lost takes the op in his hand. The big stick, as we call it. He's going to go all out with it. The 4v4 because the Hakai takes an aggressive peek, Boom up in Decimation going all out. Obito takes a kill on Obito also goes for second kill on Daz, but it's not gonna be enough. And Decimation takes on Obito to take the series to a 5-5.
Finally an equalizing from the defensive side here. They did lose early out the fight on Brim from the Jet, but that was a very nice retake to get the attackers holding the op, the Cypher on the back of the site.
It might just be the lack of probably lack of overcome. Like, you know, they are making some mistakes. They are just analyzing the performance and they made themselves better. And it seems like they are going to come back with a blaze.
A tech issue coming up. We might be needing to take a timeout over here from Team PakStani aimers.
While we actually discuss some tenets of the gameplay so far, we are seeing a pretty dominating performance by IronQ, who despite his early entries in the last game had not managed to survive long enough to make an impact on most rounds, despite clearing the initial path for his teammates. It seems like he might just be the one to watch out for in this game, as his aggressive plays on, especially on B side, is going to cost Team Bostir Chelez pretty heavily as they miss their duels with him.
A quick
Daz
disconnection.
We are having another disconnection from Pukai on Team Bostir Chelez.
I mean, Return really needs to check all these disconnection and Valve 5s. Because let's be honest here, it's not always the players' internets that are causing these issues.
We do have deal with a lot of those tech problems back down in our country. It's not the perks of staying in a third world country, I guess.
Plus, I would like to mention, like, the Vanguard being a kernel-based anti-cheat system does, like, pop up with some very weird issues.
You're absolutely right. We have seen quite a bit of issues. Vanguard rigging SSDs for a lot of plays, and it does also damage your HDDs sometimes. Makes it slower with the crashes coming in. It's all because of the extra memory being required for the bootloader. But I guess it's all for the better, as Valorant so far has been pretty free from cheaters. Cheaters get banned really early.
It's like a very nice give and take situation where you get some really good advantages, but there are these small disadvantages that, like, provide you with very tiny issues that like to pop up every now and then in almost all the players' lobbies.
I think we are. It seems like both teams are good to go with the pause timer being set off, and we might just see a very aggressive push by Boom OP. But sadly, there's no one there to hold the angle. The setup being done by Cypher early into the round so that they have enough time. The cam being broken early, but it's not gonna be in time. As the players opt to rotate to A, they know the presence being felt on mid. Dash knows Obitera's position by now, takes him out really early, and I am a bit surprised with this block by Boom OP on his Sage. What are you doing though, bro? You should not block your teammates.
That was an unfortunate rope repel as Raze gets taken down by Hakai over there. Just two players alive. Lost
We
a
are
match.
seeing a player lost taking the player take the jump on Daz, but Pukai will be there to frag him out as Bachelele has no other option but to enter heavens. He has to fall back, tries to take the peek on Hakai, getting the ult, goes
Missing the
really
first
early.
shot and just dead
And
alive.
the second.
Down B.
Boom
And
OP.
it just might be enough. Boom OP secures 2 kills to finish the round in their favor.
Last round before
The first shot missed that could have meant the loss of her ultimate, but nevertheless he still gets 2 shots off on both the players. 6-5 with now an advantage for the Bostir Chelez.
That works.
We might just see ult coming down from Jet really early so that they can secure some foothold with some aggressive plays. Without the Brains of Spectre does mean that you get to move more freely as compared to with a Vandal. So you can expect Jet to do some weird aggressive plays. Raze opts not to peek down there on mid, and just counter the shots there. I think he knows that, and with the Spectre in his hand and the ult going up, he is just going to hold down there. With the Machelele coming in to help him on mid, it seems like the 2D force comes in on mid. They are aware of that. The dash fails out. Boom OP takes on with a 2D force, a very dominating. And the showstopper comes out from Pukai. He is gonna go take out Obitrosu with the showstopper. That to be taken down by Lost very early. He's forcing a peek from, and the Astra ultis might just be it. They have forced 3 players out, and the 2D force it's the 3rd player for the round. Takes down the round in favor of team Bostir Chelez. And we are going down for a change of sides.
7-5 reversed this time for the first half.
Team Bostir Chelez really need to win this pistol round. If they win it, they are gonna get a lot of headroom for the next few rounds.
That's a good spot.
Chamber and Brim here putting a lot of work on the leaderboards as Reyna and Raze are following just right behind. Would love to see how these two duelists now work in the attack here.
We are seeing aggressive peek from Boom OP on B main as he's aware of a continuous peek from the defenders out there. At the peak from Hakai goes down on A Rams and you loses the fight there. Being taken down early might just be a very big loss for them. But Lost decides to overcome it there. He's going to follow Hakai, or maybe not. He's going to backstab them from CT. It's they need to come in really early with the plans, and otherwise they might just have to rotate to A. The wall coming down on B heaven might just be they might just the utility coming down from Raze, but might not be enough to just hold down, as Twitch is forced to fall back down to CT, even though the rest of the players are alerted about the presence of enemies there.
I would like to take note of the position of Cypher in the attacker spawn.
Overcommitment might just cause a problems. Hakai coming in heavy on Macho Lele, and he might just try to get a kill on Obito as well if they're aware of it. The backstab might come in really heavy for them. Obito also watching his backs every time.
The massive patience from Cypher over here, but alas, it won't come in for any help. Brim taking him down quickly, Trist with the quick follow-up.
One enemy
The
remaining.
peak from both sides is gonna end in favor of Decimation, but it's not gonna be enough as Jazz takes Obitarasu, who takes out Sage. It's gonna be our quick round. The pistol round goes to team Bostir Chelez. This might just mean that they can push through in the next 2 rounds without a single buy other than utilities. Being forced to buy guns is a terrible thing indeed.
Daz coming up with some very important kills, especially on the flanking Cypher there. It really
We
got
are
them the attacking
seeing
round.
buy of a charge from Twist, which might just get them a few rounds if they are aggressive about the position holding. The Astra starts coming really handily. The Lost takes a peek on Bukai and takes him down, and it seems like they're aware of a push there. And Lost is gonna take down Daz as Obitarasu and Lost your weapons from the board. The peak from Tristan Hakai with the shotgun is gonna get them dividends. The buy coming in really handy for Trist, as he's going to take the gun. Or maybe not, as he's opting to play with the judge in hand, playing inside inside A side, but he's not aware that Boom OP is inside. The peak from Boom OP is going to take down Trist. Despite the loss of teammates, they are still going hard. The wall going down on CT is not going to stop them, as they are forcing their way into side. There seems to be no players up on heaven. I'm surprised with the hold on mid from Page, who's now hanging from the rope, trying to take some peeks. Boom OP trying to be a little more aggressive. The teleport being broken, he might just be out of our luck.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
The second pick coming in from Boom OP for killing both Ultraso and Macho Lele. And that might not be enough, as the judge from Trist is taken up by Lost to finish the round, putting the fast point for defense on the scoreboard for team PakStani aimers.
The attackers still seem to be having a hold, but alas, the jump with the judge from Lost did take him.
It seems like we might just be in a run and gun meta, or just in a meta which still continues. The judge really coming in useful. Hakai being unaware of his positioning has been taken unaware by Trist, who holds on to the judge for that, allowing Lost to take the rounds. It's a really brilliant sequence of rounds. A setup coming in really heavy for Lost, who's playing A side alone. The cam is taken down really early, but it seems like Reyna and the Sage will just opt for holding that. The cage comes down really early there just to help prevent the attackers from being lost as he's rotating from side to heaven.
The attackers seem to be pushing B this time, but Reyna going for a sneaky lurk here on A ramps with Lost having no idea.
It seems like the trap there, the trap is still there, Reyna. Breaking that will alert Lost for of his location. Being in a smoke is not gonna be enough. The spam comes in and he finally gets the kill on Daz.
The Raze is positioning beside him with the judge. No info taking Chamber out. Trist here.
One enemy remaining.
Reyna being the last one here.
30 seconds.
Gets spotted out and will be finished off quickly by Lost. It's another round on the board for defenders as they close it out to 8-7.
We are seeing a decent comeback from Team PakStani Aimers, who seem to have got the shit together. It seems like they finally have got the mojo to finish this off. But I don't think it's not gonna be without any competition from Team Bostir Chelez, who are trying really hard to make their foothold in this match.
Focus now. Eyes off me.
A heavy A stack, surprising because Chamber has all of his setups over here. The attackers will need to be very wary.
Flank, it's in the lack of a flank of might just cost them a round. With Hakai coming down heavy on Lost, the side is taken by the attackers, and the early smoke forces out the chamber. The aggressive peak on decimation on IronQ will take him down. Trist going in really early with the judge. Facet goes down, takes a headshot on the range, but it's not going to be enough. Match will taking down Daz as decimation takes an Obitras to bringing this to a 1v4 situation down here. The kill goes down on Pukai, but Hakai will take his third kill, finishing up Macholele.
A convincing push onto A side here as Cypher gets taken out. The first pick of the round. They get a convincing round, taking it to 9-7.
We are seeing a mid push from the attackers yet again, as they are the lack of a Sage wall on mid is really costing them. The wall comes down on B Heaven to prevent a B Heaven entry, but that allows Sage some space in B Heaven to play with Raze, who is holding the line for her with the boom bots and all.
The attacker still deciding to go into B Heaven here. Reyna extremely low. The Boombot providing some information. The smoke's now out. Sage gets a very nice kill following up with the second. Both the duelists down for the attackers. It's just Chamber on mid.
Boombot takes down IronQ, who's unaware of his position. Dash takes down Obitros, and the kill on to
Kill onto Chamber.
like
It's just Daz at the back of side B trying to creep up, getting read out by the Cypher. Cypher now coming in for the kill here.
And
With a
it's not gonna be
simple
enough
run and
for
gun,
Daz.
Lost secures the kill as it goes to round 9-8.
We are seeing a back-to-back good and bad performances for both teams. It seems like who wins this match is either team's guess. But it will be a bit hard for team Bostir Chelez to do some damage here, and that is exactly what they will plan to do right now.
Another A stack here trying to repeat what they got the previous round.
You want to play?
An insane shot from the Jet, getting out Chamber, who loses his ult so early.
And forcing the retake, forcing the ult out from Sage, who gets the chamber back with his 2d4 intact. It seems like the ult will come in from Daz on side, elbow.
Parties
Another shot from the Jet as he takes down Reyna. Making his way onto camps, it's Jet still holding the op. Gets another one but gets traded out by Chamber.
The 2D force is coming in really heavily, but the lack of making an impact early in the round might just cost them this round. They're down to only 1 minute in the round. Lost taking down Hakai on the early entry.
The judge on Trist over here might just take down Brim. The bomb down over here. Chamber holding the op, the big rifle. Gets timed out. As it's just Chamber with the rifle. He gets the info on the Raze and gets easily taken down by the flying judge. Raze securing the
Flying
kill.
judge securing the kill for. It seems that we are seeing another equal scores for the second time. Raze opting to continue playing with the judge, which has won her so many duels in this match, or rather in this map.
Caution here.
Another eco round coming up from the attackers over here. I have to say, a thrifty round win can net them a very nice result. Let's see if they can pull it off with the sheriffs and the specters.
They have proven themselves to be quite someone with their aims. So it's likely that they are not gonna give up without a fight. But INQ seems to be doing something weird. He's going to peek up from the wall and going to take a really aggressive peek on mid, which was not unheard of in regular competitive matches. It might just be a very peculiar choice to do in a regular tournament match. That's because
we are seeing the Astra slowly push Rams over here. With two unsuspecting players, they are looking at Rams right now. A push onto A. As Astra takes down one but gets taken down by the Sage here.
But Triss is gonna be there for his teammates and take down Decimation with the judge. He is gonna hold on inside A, while the rest of the players make their way into A. It seems that they might be unaware of the position. No, they are not. Hakai takes the corner, takes down Trist, and it seems like we are down to a crossover
30 seconds left.
in the lamps in the vent situation right now. Pukai really aggressively peek down on Masolele, who prefers to peek and is taken down immediately. The second net goes down there.
Give me those back.
The peak goes on Pukai with very low. The right click goes down, fails the right click on Hakai, who's opts to back down with the flash, and the peak goes down from Daz and for forcing INQ to get back up with the shotty. He's out of ammunition. Allows Daz, gives Daz just the right time to kill him off and get the round for team Bostir Chelez.
A thrifty round in the bag for the attackers over here. I must say, the trusty judge of Trist did put up a nice action, but Alice gets taken down by an Reyna who had no idea where she was coming from.
Oberdurasu giving the gun to the Sage to help them clash out this round. That's what overcommitments does. The flash goes in, the steam beacon comes out with some really aggressive.
Ray's getting taken down from the steam beacon. My God, Brimstone.
Brimmy with the steamy. That's what we call him.
The nerve had to be there. I mean, come on, you don't want two of these now, do you?
You definitely don't want two of these. One for attack and one while holding or retaking a site. Just imagine a Brim who the showstopper comes in the show, takes on the Bukai, but Hakai will take down Trist.
Reyna surviving anyhow with the unfortunate spray there. But I think Sage is gonna get taken down. She has no idea. The push from Decimation here.
It seems like they having cleared out A and forcing Obito out to a rotator. It seems like they might just be forced to be. And Decimation takes down Obito, forcing INQ into a duel. They are not gonna overcome it. They know the stakes are at hand. We will be going down to an 11-9 after this. requiring Team Bostir Chelez only 2 more rounds to take this to map 3.
I have to see if Daz over here on mid can Jet, nice. She decides to go to B main here. But Reyna and Sid seem to be following her like mad wolves, thirsty for blood. Trying to deny her the save on op, but he does get Reyna. Looking for another kill, he does get it. Brim trying to follow it up, but I'm sure she will be able to save it by now. I think it's rather advisable not to follow this Jet anymore, since I'm pretty sure Jet will be able to take down a few more of the attackers.
There's only 2 more left. That would be sad to see all of them die to just one operator.
I mean, that's the power you see on IronQ and his op.
Yeah, that's exactly what IronQ is capable of, especially when he's playing Jet and especially when he's playing the operator. We have seen some KJ plays in previous tournaments from him, but they weren't as dominating as his plays with duelists, and this is exactly the reason why.
A change of pace from the attackers here as they stack out around B with just the Astra trying to jump spot. It'll be a slow take as just Reyna is trying to approach the opping Jet here. The winner of this duel might dictate how the mid control goes.
The pull comes down, Pukai comes down with a showstopper on side. And a double nade from Trish to take down Whoopi and Daz. Putros heavily injured Sage, who's trapped down there, unable to do anything. With only 2 players left for the attackers, they have to get this round to take this to match point. Seems that no one is gonna overcome it with decimations holding the line. The slow up comes in, and it might just be time to go for the plant.
The space in the wall will provide the Astra, the LOS, to go back, but Sage gets taken down. It's just Raze who will take one but be unable to take down the others, as it's another round for the defenders. 11-10. A close battle still going on.
The Team PakStani aimers proving that they're not out of this year. They're still inside. They have a decent roster to fight with, and they're going to fight till the last bit. They're going to take this to overtime and prove their mettle there, or just win it outright.
A much more passive attack, as we are seeing, is just Reyna trying to use the stim beacon from Brim to break the walls here. Nobody will overcommit from the defenders as the Jet slowly creeping up to A, because she knows there might be 2 players here. A very good read as Sage gets missed out by the opping Jet. There's 2 players on B heaven trying to hold out any pushes on mid, as there are 3 players. With a very nice ult over here, Reyna takes down Raze here as just Sage, who I think is gonna get missed. Cypher with the very nice ult timing here as they catch the rotate onto A, but gets blocked out by the Brim Molly. It's just Jet on the side on screens with no information. Brim helping out his team, taking a very nice A round and plant as they wait for the post plant to see how it goes out. A 4v4.
Here.
Concussing him.
Chamber here taking a very nice kill onto the Cypher, making it a 4v3.
The wall will go down pretty soon, and the defenders will be out of options there. With the wall going down, they have pretty much no other option but to take fights. Also for getting 2 kills with one boom up your decimation, but it might not be enough to seek for the defuse.
The time gone out. It's now a round for the attackers as the Astra might just lose her life. Yes, she does. It's just the op on the Jet as she still manages to survive with it. But Alice Match point for the attackers. Another saving round and they might have to lose the whole map.
We are
Saving might
having
not always be
going
the
on.
name of the game over here.
It seems like Team Bostir Chelez actually has read their opponents pretty well, and they are using their own strategies against them, forcing out utilities, getting back, holding corners on one side, and then pushing that side at the right time. The
Their
Steam
read
Digger is
onto
gonna
the
come in.
rifle setup really helped them with the A side. But another passive wall gets easily read down and Reyna takes down Raze in B heaven over here as she's desperately low. Sage going down to get some cover. The quick follow-up from Decimation as Astra at the back of the side B gets down Reyna again. But Sage this time following it up with just IQ on his knives and Lost creeping up from the back of the side.
It seems like it might just be it's a down to 2v2 with INQ down on heaven, and they do not lose the position
Last
of
player
Daz.
standing.
Lost takes out Daz in spectacular fashion, and goes to stick for defuse. They do not know Decimation's location yet. They're going to go for the second defuse timer, and it is just not enough time to take down the players. And she misses to both shots, fails to take either of them out, is forced to save the op and live to fight another day. The game goes down to a 12-11, a very closely fought match between the two teams going one by one. Team Pakistani Aimers need just one more round to take these to overtime.
Lost with the very important kill onto the side there, while Sage on the unfortunate rotate timing could not deny the defuse. Another mid control with Sage's passive wall on B gets taken down early, as it's just Brim and Reyna.
We are seeing a
Brim and Raze.
aggressive pick by INQ on Hakai, who has got the hang of what he's trying to do by now, and I don't think it's the strategy of walking him to ramp and trying to take a peek on him is going to walk either way. But it seems like all of the attackers are of the opinion that they might try to peek him and get killed immediately.
Brim with the close follow-up as the Jet might not have any info and she gets taken down but manages to take down Chamber in the process. It's an unfortunate 2v4 with the defenders thinking about taking this to overtime with a very convincing man advantage here.
The kill from
Obito
Rotaract to
convincing
secures both
securing
kills.
the overtime.
Switching sides. Overtime.
INQ coming in really heavy for his team with a convincing 27 score lead for them. For Team Bostir, for Team Pakistani Aimers, you'd better not be in front of this Jet in regular competitive matches.
Oh, this has to be a Grim Reaper in the flesh.
We are seeing a push on. We're going to see a push on mid and a simultaneous push on B, or a sustained push on B while Cypher holds the line on mid. The aggressive peak on Patrice on Daz, they managed to take out an INQ, but it's not gonna be enough and take it out almost immediately. Trish takes down Pukai and goes for an aggressive peak on Decimation, takes him down.
The defenders left with no choice as Trist comes in heavy on B, taking down 2 kills, a 2v4. Another convincing man advantage.
The showstopper comes in, threatening the chamber up, and the sound gives away his location as Boom Up is gonna take him down. It's a 2v3 situation down here with the number advantage being in favor for the Pakistani Aimers. Obito finishing the round in the same fashion as the last round, taking 2 kills, finishing it out. The overload of utility on site is not gonna help them, as the team Pakistani Aimers are looking to close this out with one more round.
Having won the first map, they will surely make all the efforts to close it out after a 13-12 round advantage here on split.
About
We're seeing a double key setup on A just to prevent them from coming in at all costs by Lost. It seems that they're preferring to show some pressure from mid, but our commitment might just cost Andrew and Twist their lives as Hakai takes them both down. It's all out to Macholele to hold the line there, but the Y is not gonna hold for long.
Spike down mid.
Taking the dash on B main, Macholele is going to fall back to the fight another day.
Last
The
player
peak goes on Momitarasu. Thus, whiff from Momitarasu as he fails to take down Boom OP, but Lost comes to his rescue, takes
Defenders
down
win.
Boom OP, takes the second round, and it's a 12-14, a victory for Team PakStani Aimers.
A very well fought match indeed. We did see it go to the overtime, but what a great performance from both the teams and all of their players. A great show as the grand finals ends here.